Hi there, it's Jen, and it is Friday, January 16th. Welcome to my live. If this is the first time joining me, what I do is I go live every Friday on both Facebook and YouTube, and I make a Stampin' Up! Card from start to finish. So what I like to do first is I like to do a draw for the card that I made the week before. So let me just show you that. So this is the card that I made the week before, this pretty Valentine's card. And so someone will win that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen right now and do a draw. So I have this little software set up here. It's free. That's why we get these ads popping up. But we've got the draw set. There we go. So as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can win this card. So let's see. Beth Bennett, congratulations. Thank you for your comment. She says, Happy New Year and nice card. So Beth, I'll get that in the mail to you as long as you haven't moved. I've got your address. So let me just stop the share. And if you're there, please let me know. And if you're joining the replay, please let me know. So I'm going to just pop right to this screen now and get started making today's card. So I'm going to move this out of the way and the pen. And I do have a little other thing I want to show you at the end. So I just don't want to forget. So the first thing is I'm going to use this stamp set, which you've seen me use before a week or two ago, called Woolly Friends. I'll put a link in there, and plus I'm trying to get a blog post up as well, and then I'll put a link to that. So this is this really cute stamp set that actually has a punch that punches out the little sheep parts. I'm actually not going to use the sheep parts today. I'm going to use another piece of the stamp set. It is a two-step stamping set, so like when you stamp this part of the sheep, there's a piece that'll go in it. Same with the bow and same with these little tulips. However, I'm actually going to color those in today, so you'll see that too. And the paper I'm going to use is this paper, and I just kind of bought it on a whim, thinking I probably wouldn't love it, but I absolutely love this paper, and I'm going to order another package because I'm using some of it up already. It's called Splash of Sparkles, 12 by 12. So let me show you what all the pieces look like. Make sure the light is good here. Hold on, I'm just going to put on one more light here so everything's nice and bright. Okay, so first of all, here's a piece that I've already used some of. So you can see it's got that Tangerine Tango and Pretty in Pink, and there's Gold Flecks. And then I'll show you what this looks like on the other side here. Hold on, here's a big piece. So it's got these fun little patterns. So you could cut these out and make those be the base of your card, which is super cute. I'm going to do that so you guys can see that. So let me pull out some more. These ones I've already used. This one I'm going to use, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that one. But how fun is that? Rainbow, and then on the other side, another rainbow. I think we might actually use this one. Nope, that's the opposite pattern. So I'm going to put that over here too, so I can show you all that. Okay, and then pull out some more of these. Okay, so there's another one. So the Gold Sparkles, that's Lemon Lolly, and I think it's Shy Shamrock. Hold on a second. Just looking at let me flip over another more interesting piece while I'm looking at the colors. Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, Shaded Spruce, Timid Tiger, and Gold and Holographic. So look how awesome that is. So cool. And then like more of a plain on the other side. It's actually sort of one of those papers where you go, I don't know what one to use. Oh, look at this. Purples and the holographic. So fun. Even the other side, like just gorgeous. And then this one. So pretty. Like this paper is just so fun. And there's let's see, do I get them all? I think I got them all. Okay, so let me cut the paper that we're going to use for this first. So what I want is actually I think I'm going to show you the card first. I don't normally do that, but I want you to understand how I'm cutting this. So, and I see some people there. Hello, Vila and Beth and Rita. How are you? And I'm missing Nicole today. Shout out to Nicole. She told me she would have to work today. So, okay, so here's the card that I'm going to make. So, so this is the piece that I want to cut first. So it's this strip here. And so what it is this strip here. I'm going to turn this around like this. So I want to make sure that I'm cutting lengths of this. And I'm going to cut this. So the idea is that here is this piece up here that I could use this piece for another card, picking up those colors. So I'm going to first start by cutting this in half. Actually, not even exactly in half. I'm going to cut off this little strip of white here because I don't want any white on there. Okay. And then I could actually save that if I wanted to because there's some pattern on there. And then I'm going to cut this at 5.5. No, sorry, 5 1/4. So it fits my base there. So I've got, there we go. So I'm going to save this for later for another card. So this is what I could make a bunch of these cards with, okay? Because I've got all this now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into, I believe it's 1.5 or 1 1/4 inch strips. I'm just going to double check. It's 1 1/4 inch strip. So let's just grab that. Now you can even use the one at the end. But I'm going to, let's just see here. Let's see how good that would look. It's mostly cut off. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of the white here. Okay, and then I can do 1 1/4. And I love this trimmer by Stampin' Up because it does have 1.5 over on this other side. So I can hold the paper with this and still do that. So here we go. This strip will still work for this card design. I would just put this piece here instead of turning it this way where a lot of the color will be less. And I realize that I've just cut this in one more, so it only has to be 5 inches. So let me cut off a little bit more of this. 5. There we go. Okay, so then my next strip is going to be more like my card. So I'm going to do that one there. So I could keep going and cut more and more and more. So I'm going to use this piece because it's more like the card that I did ahead of time, so you can see that. Okay, and I'm going to leave that there again for a minute so you can see what I'm going to do next. So the stamp set has this adorable little tulip set in there. I thought those were so cute. And like I said, you could 2-step stamp them. So you could stamp them and then stamp them over with these colored piece here, and then it would be done. You don't have to color it all. But I'm actually going to color them because you can see here I've stamped a whole bunch of them. So this is the way I did that. So I'm going to line up some stuff. So the first thing I need is a piece of white cardstock, which was here when I started my live. It's probably hiding under all this designer series paper. Well, that's okay. That means I'm going to cut another piece. And that size is the same, 5 inches, as my designer series paper. Always save these bits because they're great for sayings. And then it's 3 3/4. Okay, and that measurement right there, 5 by 3 3/4. First of all, when you sign up for my newsletter, I do send out a little ruler and some common measurements. So that right there, 5 by 3 3/4 inches, fits this perfectly, which is 5 1/4 by 4, which will fit our card base, which is going to be Lemon Lolly, bringing all those colors. So when I fold it in half, it becomes 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And so all of these are each 1/4 of an inch smaller, and they all mat into each other like that. So let me just throw on here my newsletter. So if you're new here, then you'll see how to get signed up to my newsletter at stampwithjen.com, 2 N's in Jen, and then you can see how to sign up for my newsletter. Okay, so let me take these pieces here. Hello, Rita. Hello, Marg. Now, because this is 5 inches, I'm going to basically chop this into 5 lines to get my 5 rows of tulips. So I'm going to just use this is the Stampin' Up! Glass mat. And I'm going to just use an edge here to line this up. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm marking this. I don't know why I have a ruler here too, but I guess because I can't, the edge of the thing is right here, which is right off the grid of the camera. So you guys can't see that. So I'm going to just pull my ruler here. And again, just making sure my paper is lined up in a corner so I know it's straight. And then I'm going to just mark 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to form my 4 lines on my 5 sections. And then I'm going to take my ruler. And again, using the glass mat, I can see this nice dark line here. I'm going to make sure I've got this tucked into a corner. And I make sure my ruler is lining up with this line, that mark I made, and that. I know it sounds complicated, but it's really not once you have the grid in front of you. You can make nice straight lines. And I'm just lightly doing this with a pencil because I will erase it later. Okay. And then I take my tulip stamp. So hold on, I'll put that up there so you can see. Ta-da, like that. I'm going to take my tulip stamp and my tuxedo black memento. Vila says she loves pink and yellow together. It's very springy, isn't it? And it just totally matches the colors in this paper. So that's what I was going for. Oh, have I already got a little mark on there? Well, it's okay because I have another sample. So the first one I'm going to put down below here. 1. And then this one I'm going to make go on the line. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'm going to go back down. I might not get it perfect, but that is okay. It's going to be good enough. And actually, I pretty much just covered up that little spot right there. And you can see how quickly I just stamped all of those. So let them dry for a second. So I do have one here that I've already stamped, so it would be dry. And now I'm going to color this. And I thought about coloring it ahead of time. And then I thought, well, no, I kind of want to do it in real time because that way you can see that it really doesn't take that long, even with something like this, to color all of this. So I'm going to just do this really quickly. This is Light Lemon Lolly. So if you are using the blends markers, you want to stamp it first with something like this Tuxedo Memento ink so that it doesn't bleed out on you when you're coloring with these alcohol markers. This is Light Pretty in Pink. And I'm just using the bullet tip just because this end is really small. The design is really small, and so this bullet tip gets right in there. I'm not doing any special shading with these markers. I am just coloring in. I'll hold that up for a second so you can see where I'm at. So that was Light Lemon Lolly. So now I'm going to go with, let's see here. Let's go Dark Timid Tiger for the next one. And so those, again, are the colors in the paper. So this is that paper again. Let me put that right here so you can see. So I'm using all the colors. And I am going, you can tell, I am doing a pattern here. Just going 1 tulip to the right each time. I'm hoping you can see that bottom one. I'm not too low. And then this one I'll have to go over here. And I'm in the I love coloring family. I don't know where you guys are at with that. I'm going to go now to Dark Lemon Lolly. So what's nice with these blends markers is that you do get 2 colors in each of the packages. So you can use them to blend. This one's going to have to go here. The colors, or you can use them like I'm using now and just basically have kind of 2 versions of that color. So you can see that. Okay, so it's Dark Lemon Lolly. Then I'm going to go to Dark Pretty in Pink because I did the light one already. So tell me in the comments, are you colorers, fans of coloring or not? And if you're not, this stamp set's perfect because you can just do the 2-step stamping on it. And because it's photopolymer, it's easy to see and line up. Okay, and because I have to color, and we have to fill up the time here, I'm going to go to Light Timid Tiger now. Tell me what you're up to this weekend. Are you doing anything crafty? I am planning on doing something. First of all, my team, which we're called Jen's Junkies, have a card swap. So what we do for card swaps is we decide on a theme. So this theme is all the January new stuff. So there's both the, oops, and I made a tiny boo-boo, and I'll just show you how to fix that in a second. Just grab there we go, and you probably can't even see it, it's so tiny. It's just a little bit over right there. And excuse my nails, they're getting done this weekend too. So I'm just going to take my color lifter and just do that, and it basically just kind of erases that away. Ta-da! Okay, so before I go any further, and I will tell you about the swaps in a second too, but the January, I'm just using a white eraser right now to erase away that line. The January online exclusives and the January mini catalog. So do I have one here? Of course I have one here. Here's the January mini catalog. And I'll put a link to the online exclusives too, but they look like this. There we go. So those are the new things that are in January. So you can just go to the online store and type in, go to the what's new section, and you'll see everything together. But if you like to look at it on paper, I can give you the links for that. If you're Canadian and you don't have a demonstrator, I'm happy to send you a catalog. So just let me know. Okay, I'm just going to brush that off and have a look to see if I got all my eraser marks. It comes out beautifully. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to keep going and I'll tell you more about our swap. So I've got now Granny Apple Green, just because I like that green with these colors. And I'm going to start coloring the leaves here. So we basically, we decide on a number. So our number is usually like 15. And then 15 people sign up for the swap. Oops, I meant to go down a level. That's okay. We'll just do this. And 15 people sign up for the swap. And then, so you mail them off and you get 15 different cards back with the same theme. So that's really nice. So anyways, I have to finish up my swap cards. I've already done one, which I'm going to show you, I think next week is when I'm going to show you that. I made up a cute little Easter card, super adorable. And I will show you that. And then I'm just finishing up another design. And then I'll show you that another week as well. So this pen is getting a little bit dry. I'm just going to grab another one here. I usually have one ready to go when they start to dry out. There we go, light Granny Apple Green. Let's see if this is any better. Yep. I'm going to put that one aside. It does have a tape on it, so I know it's a little bit older. Okay, so that's what we're doing, looking so far. Okay, so now I'm going to take the dark Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to try and correct what I meant to do here on the second row, which is make this dark. Oh, I must have grabbed the one pair of markers that are running out. Here we go. Dark lemon lime twist. That's not what I want. Here we go. Okay, so I'm putting this one aside too. It's also getting dry. They last quite a long time, the markers, and I use them a lot. But when they do start to dry out, sometimes you can flip it over and get more out of the one end. You should store them horizontally too, and that'll help get more out of them. Put the lid on the end. So yeah, like I said, I thought about coloring this, but I thought, no, I'm going to show you this in real time to show you it really doesn't take that long. And if you did use the two-step stamping part of this, then it would be even faster. I just messed up my pattern, but I don't think you'll know. In fact, that's exactly where the word is going to go. So you're not going to be able to tell. And that could have colored them all the same color, but I wanted some variation. I just thought this was a really pretty, a Jen original design. Well, they usually are on these lives. Original to me. Okay. And I like using stamp sets sometimes in unexpected ways. So definitely with this stamp set, you're going to see a lot of sheep out there on the internet, and I've got a couple too. But I thought the tulips are so cute. I just wanted to use those separately. So there we go. All done. We've got the orange, and I'll take that thing off as well at the top here. Take off that banner. The pink, the yellow, and the timid tiger, the orange. So it matches all those things in the paper. So that's why I didn't go over any further, because the paper is going to cover this up. So I'm going to just put it on there. And it's going to go right here, right on the edge of that. And I can see there's just a tiny bit of overhang, so I'm just going to cut that off. Okay, nice and simple. Then I think before I go any further, I'm going to add some Wink of Stella. So this is one of those things that is hard to see on camera. So I'm just going to show you doing a couple, and then I will, when I show you the finished card up close there, you'll be able to hopefully see. Actually, I'm just looking to see if I put Wink of Stella. I did. It's very subtle. So you just basically use the pen and color. I doubt you're going to be able to see that. But it just adds some shimmer, which we've already got some shimmer from that paper, so that's kind of nice. And then I'm going to layer this onto the Pretty in Pink. So always put tape on your smaller piece, so you don't put tape where you don't need it. Here we go. So yeah, I'm going to be working on those swap cards this weekend. And I just got an order in, and it has a couple of the new kits. Tell me if you want to see those, because I could pull those out. Anyways, I want to make some of those up for some thank you cards. So there we go. There's our cards so far. So now we're going to put our greeting on here. And I had a thought. I used a particular stamp set, but I actually was thinking that I might, oh, there's my white paper that I was looking for earlier. And I might see if this other stamp set fits on here. So hold on. Let me just pull it out. So the one I was going to use today was this one. It's called Fabulous Sayings, and it's the product of the month. So what it is you can, if you've got $100 order going in January, you can get this product of the month. So it's got happy birthday, you're on my mind, thank you, sending love, hello. You can do anything to a fabulous friend. There are simply no words for this, just because, hooray, and so much. So you could go sending so much love, you're on my mind, thank you so much. You could just combine any of those any way you want. I'm sure you guys can think of some cool things. But I just had a thought that another one of my new stamp sets might be great for this. So let me just see if I can find it quickly. I was thinking about this as I was walking the dog right before I came on live here. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, I think it's going to be too big. Well, maybe. This is called Family Ties. It's another new stamp set. And oh, see, it's got a big fathers and mothers and a small mothers and fathers. So it might actually fit. So let's try that. And the one I used on my sample, I'll pull that out and I'll show you that after too. So let's give this a try. And I think you're going to get a bonus lesson here because, I'll just move these markers out of the way. This stamp set I haven't used yet. So I'm going to show you how I put these together. And I have once before, but I've now sort of got a perfected method. This is the case, and there's a piece of hard plastic and a piece of light plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gray granite ink and hello Judy, and I'm going to just ink up this stamp set with that gray granite ink. Hard to tell if I did a good job or not. And then I'm going to plop it down right here, give it a rub. Okay, and then I'm going to take, you know what, I'm going to be a rebel here. Oh, I'm going to try this and see if it works. I normally use this tape here, my Terran tape, but I can see I need to grab a new roll. I'm just going to try my seal and see if it's enough. And I'm going to put this plastic on here. I'm going to close that up. Oh, it would help if I put plastic seal on this side too. I think I just did that wrong. I did do it wrong. The idea is that I want seal to seal this down. Now, luckily I have more of these somewhere. I keep them. Here we go. All right. So what I want to do is I want to put this on here. Now this one's going to be bigger, and put seal this way. Let's see if that's enough. Get rid of this one, it's all sticky. See if that's enough. It is enough. So you can see that, move that over. Okay. And so what, I think I did this all wrong. I did it all wrong. Okay, don't watch this anymore. So basically I want to put that thing down there, but now it's all going to be backwards. The idea is that you want this on here so that when I go to put this back away, that I can put this on here and get it in the right spot. I'll show you another one, the one I just used, to show you how you do it properly. So see this one here, I've got it on this side. And then when I go to put the stamps away, I can go here on the lighter piece. And then when I close it and give it a good rub, it should transfer over to this harder piece. Anyways, I did that all backwards and wrong, but it's okay. I'll figure it out later. Let's do mothers. And that is my cat scratching to get out of here. So let me let him out so that he doesn't make more noise. Out you go, kitty cat. He was sleeping when I started the live. Okay, mothers. And we want to do happy and day. Hey, I always say if I can stamp, anybody can stamp. I've been doing this for 22 years and I can still mess up things and we can still make it work. So in my original one, I used this punch here. So I wonder if that will fit. Oh, I think it will. So let me grab that punch again because for some reason I put it away. Now, often I'll stamp first and then punch out, but because this is going to be tight, I think I'm going to punch first and then stamp. That piece of paper ahead is now gone again. So we will, oh, here it is. Oh, that's not the right one. I'm going to cut into a fresh piece of white. You know I'll be using all of this up. So let's punch 2 just so we have them. And that's the punch. That's the large oval, or maybe it's called modern oval. I'm not sure which one it is. Okay, so I'm going to grab the Timid Tiger, which is one of the colors there. And I'm going to stamp the mothers first. Mothers. So nice and easy with photopolymer. That fits perfectly. And then I'm going to do with the Pretty in Pink, which is one of the other colors on there. I'm going to do Happy. Oh, and that looks a little bit crooked. So I'm going to just, sometimes when they're crooked, the best way to do is to lay them down flat and pick them up. Okay. Happy. And then Day. Oh, I think that's quite lovely. I like it. Okay, so again, I had, you know, with this other one, I'll do this other one that I intended on doing. So let's do thank you. So this is with the product of the month. Thank you. And then so much. This doesn't work as well, I can tell you right now, because of the colors I've chosen. I maybe should do it the opposite way. Let's try it the opposite way. My cleaner is somewhere. How about a baby whip? You guys are really getting lots of on the fly today. So I'm just going to give that a, let's find the right one. Thank you. Okay, so let's do the thank you and the Pretty in Pink. That's Mother's. That's not the right one. Thank you. You have me in stitches. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Hopefully I'm not the only one that stamps like this. And now I've got ink all over that. So back to the drawing board here. I should just stick with what I planned and not try to deviate. Okay, so let's try this again. Thank you. I will put it over a little bit to the left. Thank you. And then we'll go darker. So much. That's so much better. See, you can see that a little bit better. But I got to tell you, I like the other 2 better. Not that I don't like that stamp set. It's a very nice stamp set. Fabulous Sayings. But I do like this one for what I'm doing right now, which is the Family Ties. And the one I did on my original was this one, With You in Mind. And I did the thank you. So I'll show them all to you as I finish this up. Let me just get these out of the way. Get the ink wiped a little bit. We'll clean up later. Okay. Card. Our card is here. And I'm going to take this one we're going to use. And I'm going to take some ribbon. Now this ribbon is really pretty. It's got gold in it. And that's going to match this nice gold on here. And I'm going to just take this ribbon and I'm going to lay it down like this. And then I'm going to twirl it back on itself like this. And then back again. Like this. And then I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Here we go. And make this all sit pretty. Here we go. I put a little bit of tape on there. That's not really enough to hold it, because I don't want this moving. I'm putting way more dimensionals than I would normally put on a little small piece like this. I'm going to grab my scissors that I keep just for ribbon, and I'm going to give that a trim. So that is the gold striped ribbon is what that was. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful little element that we're going to add on here with the sort of sheer ribbon with the gold through it, which is going to match the gold on the paper. Just give it a nice little shimmer. And of course, if we had Wink Stella'd all those, it'd be nice too, but I can still go back and do that later. So I'm going to add that on there like that. See, I can cover up my one little boo-boo that I had right there. Ta-da! Okay, so that's pretty so far. Look at the shimmer in there. And of course, we need to add some gems. So I have here these ones. These are called iridescent foil gems. So there's a bunch of different sizes. I'll grab my Take a Pick tool. And I'm going to add, let's see, we need one big one right there, one up there, and then I'm going to add one more down in here somewhere. Okay, maybe over a little bit. Let's move you over just a bit. And down. So that also matches the gold. And I want this ribbon a little bit more on an angle. Just looks nicer when it's on an angle. There we go. So how pretty is that? So let me pull in the other one. Hello, Barb. And Vila says, such a nice card. Thank you, Vila. Imagine I actually got through it. So that we could have put this one on here too, but it's just not fitting as well, but it's very nice. And this is my original one. Thank you. And I had stamped one little thing off to the side here, but I don't see it. Oh, well. I had actually done that. Thank you so much, and had done it this way. And I think that works better with this particular one. I know there's not enough ink on here, but let me just show you what I mean. Yeah, so that would have worked better like that. But anyways, you can fit whatever you want on here. Those tulips just sort of lend themselves to any of those kind of greetings. They kind of work. So that is my card. I actually really like that stamp set, which again, we just pull that one in again. Family ties. So you've got your mothers and your fathers, or have a lovely, and it's got the big and the small, which is kind of nice. So if you wanted to have a really big greeting on there, you could. Okay, guys. Oh, I have one more card I want to show you. So using the same paper, that awesome paper that I was showing you, which is called, all over my floor right now, Splash of Sparkles. That's the one, the gold. So I did another little cute card. It's hiding here behind my computer somewhere. Here we go. Just one of the little note cards. So this was with stamp set, which is escaping me, but I have used it before here with you guys. I'm going to find it. I've moved my stamp sets. They're all right beside me. A round of hellos. That's what it is. So just this cute little flower here, and the little hello around there, and then the tango, the timid tiger, and the pretty in pink cardstock as well. So super pretty. And then I added shaded spruce. So I just thought that was cute. It's just a little mini card, and these little mini cards, they're available. There's a couple different sizes of them. And it comes with envelopes, which I have there somewhere over to the side. But just a cute little card you could include, like with a little gift or something. I made some of these up for my team just to say, hey, congratulations, and whatever else, So there we go. There's my cards for today. Barb says she loves that paper as well. Yeah, I think that paper is just like, to me, it's just so bright and fun and springy. I'm going to have fun using all that up. So. All right, I think I've got all the comments. I think hello to everyone. And thank you so much for joining me today. And I will be here again next Friday. Be sure to like, comment, or share this video, and then you'll get in the draw to win this card. Okay, take care. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Hope you get some crafting in. Take care. Bye-bye.